from Master Rahul's sex dungeon. It's time for Destiny Down Under.
Welcome to episode 131 of the Destiny Down Under podcast. I'm Log Power Slave, and as always, I'm joined by Myelin Games and Real Time Sloth. I did not give myself adequate time to think up some kind of barbed insult to throw out, so I'm just being nice log for a week. Fancy that.
I know. I've got used to the the insults as an introduction.
Mild verbal abuse, just to kick.
Hey, didn't someone comment on one of the YouTube videos? Is this tall poppy syndrome or something like that? I didn't know if they actually were trying to have an explanation. I think it was when we were saying our
tall poppy syndrome. Tall poppy syndrome is basically when Log, Matt, and I all cut each other down to stop each other from getting a big head. Usually it's just us. Well, usually it's just me cutting Matt down.
But it's a very Australian thing to do. If someone starts succeeding, you chop them off at the knees and bring them down.
I'll tell you what, if you
like, you might be great at one thing, but the better you are at one thing, the more you are reminded of how shit you are at everything else. just to bring the averages down, right?
I'll tell you what though, if Matt ever gets a golden play button, I'm going to give him so much shit.
Oh, I mean, more than usual. I don't think I'm at any risk of that ever happening.
But best believe I'm going to give you so much shit. Is your Matt? Look at Log's camera. Is it sort of slanted, like lower on the left and it is on the right?
Oh, well, now that you've mentioned it, I can't unsee it. But before
it's slanted.
What do you mean it's slanted?
Sure? It's slanted. It's lower on the left side than it is.
It looks
on the
like
right.
your whole. What side of the country are you on? I think the whole country's slanted in one direction.
It's because I'm a bit lower on the curve of the earth than Sloth is. I think that's just what he's saying.
Yeah, but that's if the
what it is. It's because it's looking at an angle into the room. It's straight.
No,
it's on a monitor.
Legitimately slanted. It's like.
Anyway.
Welcome to Is Log's Monitor Fucking Slanted, the podcast.
Do you not level your monitors?
What, with the spirit level?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
What?
You did not level your monitor with a spirit level. I'll go get one.
Of course I fucking level my monitors with a spirit level.
Oh, you are a fucking axe murderer. Yeah. There's bodies in the basement and fucking Sloth's joint. Holy shit, man.
What the fuck?
Well, I don't even know.
Hey, look, because we're already way off track. Let me say a couple of things.
We can't get any further off track than fucking spirit leveling your monitor. You know what? I'm going to do it after this just to prove a point.
Do it. Fucking do it.
So it only took a couple of podcasts of me mentioning Pokemon, and I've had someone reach out to offer Pokemon help. So big thank you to Fire Sentry.
Hey, Sentry, yeah.
It was firstly, I think because I surround myself in so much Destiny, you forget what it's like to be involved in another franchise, and you sort of get that excitement. Like, it'd be like if people coming into Destiny now, and you're like tell me everything you know. Like, what do I need to know? So that was just cool chatting to someone. We chatted for a bit, and then because me and Sloth had this fucking fight before the podcast last week about Pokemon on console, and I was trying to say it was coming to Switch and it was the mainstream games, and Sloth was like, yeah, but what about Pokemon Stadium and fucking Nintendo 64?
I never said fucking Stadium. Pokemon Snap, you fucking dickhead.
What's that?
It's a Pokemon
What's
game
Pokemon Snap?
and it was on a console.
What's Pokemon
Do you
Snap?
remember
Is that sending
Pokemon
around
Snap?
Pikachu's sending around dick pics?
Pokemon Snap was on fucking Nintendo 64.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
This
is the mainstream series, as it's called in the know, going to console. So there you go.
I shut the fuck up. No one cares.
Well, the thing
Well,
is,
Fire Sentry does.
yeah, people
Yeah.
do care. So there. And
Well, Fire Sentry, if you're listening, no one cares.
Oh, this is how.
the fuck
but like
up.
now you know how I feel when you talk about escape from fucking wherever the fuck, whatever that shit game you play is.
fuck off.
Escape from fuck off or whatever it is. Anyway.
Okay, well,
You're
that's
just jealous that you only play. You're a fucking one-trick pony playing fucking the same game every week, day in, day out. And you won't fucking play Total War Warhammer with me again.
It's because
You
games
guys
go
used
for
to
like
love playing that.
8 hours, and the only other person I get to
I
talk
don't
to
give
is
a
you.
fuck. Oh, well, speak to your chat for once in your fucking streaming career.
Oh, all right. Fucking all right. Is there any other like shots need to be fired before we actually consider talking to fucking Destiny at some point? Matt, did you eat your fucking porridge again, you weirdo?
Oh god, this is well off track. Oh,
It's
how's your
fine.
week,
It's
Sloth?
fine.
How was your week, mate?
Who, me?
Yeah,
Sloth.
you.
No, go Sloth.
Oh,
How was
me.
your week?
I'm really fucked. People are probably sick of hearing this, but I am fucking exhausted. I don't know if I'm sick. I don't know if I'm fucking like I don't know if the late night streams are catching up with me and my body's just telling me no. Yeah, I fell asleep on stream on fucking Monday night playing Tarkov. I go,
Is the
I had
VOD
my
still
camera
up?
off, but huh?
Is the VOD still up?
Probably. I didn't delete it.
Oh, you had your camera off. I was just.
Yeah, I had my camera off, but I was sitting there. And I was just like, yeah, I'll load into factory. Woke up in factory like fucking 5 minutes later.
Oh,
Oh,
so you can
okay,
get
so you went to
kicked.
sleep for like hours.
No. But yeah, I fell asleep through that, and I've had most of the week off. And I think I'm coming to a decision that I've asked when I've asked my community on Twitter and in Discord that if I start streaming during the Australian daytime, I might make that change. The only issue being is that it effectively cuts out Europe and Great Britain.
Yeah, but didn't you
From
try
showing
this
up.
already? Didn't you try doing that?
I did try it, but a whole bunch. There was I'll tell you about it some other time. But yeah.
Okay.
It's probably worth
What about
considering.
because you've I've noticed you've been awake Australian mornings a bit more often.
GP Myelin.
I got a message in Cunt Sync. I got a message from Log, like I was typing in Cunt Sync, and he goes, Are you actually awake? I'm like, yeah. He goes, fucking hell, you going to be all right for the podcast? I'm like, yeah, I'll be all right.
Yeah, well, normally when you're awake at like 9 a.m. my time, our time, it means you've been up all fucking night. So I'm like, shit, what are you doing? I'm just at netball, just fucking freezing my ass off. But anyway.
What about you fucking buff-headed, flannel-wearing, fucking shit beard having...
Your
fancy
beard
father.
is getting long, mate.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be Ho Chi Minh or some shit. I'm going for it.
Is that
be
is
some
that
kind
because
of-
you got the band back together? Is that because of the Destiny band? You got to get back to.
band's back
Nah,
together,
man.
boys.
When I was in the band, I had dreadlocks, and there's no fucking way in the world I'm going back to that. It was like sleeping on a doormat. It's awful. In
Sleep on your
hindsight.
stomach. Sleep on your stomach.
What kind of fucking grown human sleeps on their stomach? Like, if you're out there and you're listening to this podcast and you sleep on your stomach, please reach out. I was going to say touch us, but don't touch us, you fucking weirdo. Reach out. Get in touch. I just want a social experiment so I can judge your profile picture. Yeah, no, fuck you. This is the worst start I think we've ever had. When I'm rattled, something's going. Gamma sleeps on his fucking stomach, the weirdo. Anyway, right? Yeah, no, I've just been doing my things. I haven't been up to too much. I've been just working and
Fuck off.
working
Tell
on
us
music
about
and-
Monday, you daft prick.
Oh, I did a guitar only stream. Well, not a guitar only stream, but I just sat and wrote, and I realised that it's a lot harder to sit and play music than I kind of thought it would be. But it was fun and a learning experience and something I'm going to do every week until I iron out the kinks with it all. And it's basically just turn up and hang out with me while I quietly berate myself about being garbage at music. So if you're into that
you
sort
mean
of thing,
it's hard on stream? Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
You've learned it's harder to interact and be productive on stream.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to be productive, but it's also hard. Like I kind of catch myself getting involved in what I'm doing, like fucking around with things on the computer and sort of moving music and looking at, just sitting there looking at the guitar thinking, and then I'm like, shit, there's people watching me do this. This is fucking weird. Where it's like normally there's the game and you don't have to worry about that sort of stuff. But it's been good, and I sent some stuff off to Dan and he sent some drums back that are probably the best sounding fucking drums I've ever heard. So it's good. I'm not sure there's a time frame on it or whatever, but it's good to have something to be excited about on that front.
I mean, can I let you in on a secret? Can I let you in on a secret to productivity? Did you have Microsoft Word open for the stream?
No, but you know what? Come this Monday, I will. I'll think about everything that I need to do ahead of time.
Could you not? Mate,
Matt's fucking. We didn't see this coming, but he's serious. He's trying to infect the world with this shit. Because I was in his stream before, like an hour ago, right? And I was just lurking, fucking getting a few things ready for the podcast. And here's Matt, and he's like, got his fucking Word document open with his lore shit in it, reading it out. And then he goes to everyone else,
with 50
guess what,
tabs
guys?
open.
Guess what, guys? I've got a form for you to fill out. Like Myelin Games, the only stream in the world where you watch fucking someone fuck around in a Google Doc for 3 hours and then make you fill out paperwork.
And they enjoy it too.
And they're all,
your community's fucking weird, man. Jesus Christ. I'll tell you what though, like
Miles gave us some homework from that stream.
It is a niche that you can't really see. Like you can't really. There's not really many people in it. There's people that go on Twitch and they talk to the camera and they've got a big wide shot and they're got a big wide shot and they're just talking to the camera and they're looking at YouTube and chatting away. Or there's people that play video games. Or there's people that sit there and play guitar and all that sort of thing. But no. Myelin, how do you stream? Oh, I've got a Word document open.
Oh, you know what? It works. It's one of those things that he's just settled on because it works, and I fully support him. I don't know about turning up to a stream and getting homework. I think that's a bit weird. But yeah. I mean, as long as you're not judging everyone on the amount of homework they do, just give people a score. And did you do your law quiz, little Matty? You fucking failed, you moron. Get out.
Oh God, funny.
Do we want to talk about
stream with Photoshop and open and draw? I mean, drawing's a talent though, Gamma. He just looks at a Word document and goes, sword.
If there is a podcast...
I better open 50 tabs.
If there is a podcast that would reinforce that reading is a skill, it's this one.
Oh, shit, yeah. Fuck, you're right.
All right. Is there anything else that we need to get out of the way before we fucking blast through the twab and jump on to round it up a bit of Destiny stuff?
I'm in a silly mood today after that intro.
Yeah, I think it... You know what? I listened to Rick's podcast through the week, Destiny Unfiltered, and it is basically just Man-at-Arms in a podcast. I had Green on, so one of the mates was on. Jump in and have a listen. They talked about Lord of Wolves for 2 minutes, and that was the entirety of the Destiny stuff. And it went for an hour and a half. I'm like, part of me is like, it's really just a life show, but the other part of me is like, you know what? You do what makes you happy. I'm fucking support that. So very different. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, I mean. Rick has the gift. Man-at-Arms has the gift of the gab, and his insanity is gaining momentum quickly.
Yeah, we'll touch on that.
Peregrine Greaves, Part 2.
He actually prepared us a special video, so we'll get to that at the end of the talk. Yeah, right. You want to do that now?
Yeah,
jump in the talk.
You know. Yeah,
all right.
We got to
hit the news button.
Hold on. We've got a special video from Rick for the end of this.
Yeah.
Podcast.
Yeah. He wanted. He was. We were actually umming and ahhing.
Tell people that so they don't just leave. I had enough podcast.
I mean, look, he explains it anyway, so he does a better job than I will. So I'll throw it over to him at the time. But do we want to talk about Matt going away before we get any further?
No, fuck him. I hope he doesn't come back. I hope he stays in the US.
All right, this week at Bungie. Hang on. My Log Power Sloth. If you're watching in the YouTube, it is fucking 15 minutes and 23 seconds. Podcast starts. Okay. I don't know who that is.
Ladies
I'm
and
sure it's
gentlemen,
one of our
this
friends
week-
taking the piss, but good on you.
This week at Bungie, 27th of June 2019. From Cosmo, this week at Bungie, we're about to hit the road. Heroic Menagerie went live this week. Alice is testing you in new ways and sending those who fail to impress him back to orbit. You must gather your own fire team to tackle this challenge, but new triumphs and rewards await those of you who are up for it. Next week, the Lumina quest becomes available to all annual pass holders, and we are excited to see Guardians wielding this weapon to support each other in combat. We won't spoil it too much, but should you expect to start your hunt for this weapon but you should expect to start your hunt for this weapon in the EDZ.
Can I just say, for all the lore nerds, this is gonna fucking blow your mind. This quest.
No one fucking cares.
Let him talk, for God's sake. It's all the shit you don't fucking. Anyway.
Stop teasing your brother. Let him have his moment. No, this is going to be big, man. If the leaks are correct, I'm not going to put them here or talk about them, but from what I've been told, this is going to blow your lore panties right off.
Oh, whoa.
Blow your lore panties right off. Solid plays.
Clean out the cobwebs all off. Fucking hell.
Paige Turner, thanks to your dedication to the stories the Destiny universe has to offer, you made our first volume of the Grimoire Anthology a hit, and we've seen many of you asking when Volume 2 will be coming out. Starting next week on July 2, you can start pre-ordering the Destiny Grimoire Anthology Volume 2, Fallen Kingdoms, from the Bungie store.
Oh,
The book will
nice.
ship in October. I don't have my first one. I still don't have my first book.
Hasn't been
haven't
delivered
read
yet.
It hasn't been delivered yet. I ordered it. I pre-ordered it as soon as it's available. I haven't got it yet, and I've sent emails and all that sort of thing to Amazon. But
Poops. Fucking Amazon.
This is fantastic
Just send
because
me yours, Matt.
that was not the title I gave Volume 2, but it's a much better title than what I suggested.
what did you suggest, mate?
I can't remember now. It wasn't that. But that's really good. I like that. Actually, you know what?
Destiny Grimoire Anthology Volume 2, Bife Sucks. Wasn't it? Tell us the truth.
I actually think one of the suggestions was the Whirlwind, because it's about the Fallen, obviously, Fallen Kingdoms.
That's pretty unreal.
And then there was a bunch of other ones in there too. I like Fallen Kingdoms. That's a cool name.
It is. So did you have the same amount of involvement this time around as you did the first one?
Yeah. So I worked with I don't know if it wants to be named, but so the first one, it was pretty much me working with the products team and narrative, and suggesting what should go where and what order they should go in. I was talking a bit on stream about it today because people get confused with the process, but right now we have lore books and every entry has an order because it goes into the lore book. Whereas Destiny 1, there was no official order. The writers knew what order it was. Yeah. It was just a fucking free for all. And, you read one card, like today we're reading Eris Morn cards, and you're like, okay, so if you have your choice of however many volumes you want for Destiny, where do we put this one Eris Morn card? Where does it go in the story of Destiny? Where does it go to make the most sense to people who have never, it's talking about Eris Morn. So that means you probably need some sort of Eris Morn introduction Grimoire cards beforehand. Then it talks about Crota. So does that mean they need to know about Oryx and the Taken King? Well, that happens later. So if we introduce Crota now, like all that kind of shit, basically. So yeah, I got to work with one of the other guys contracting, and we basically went backwards and forwards, and we just fiercely discussed what should be in what chapter, why it should be in certain chapters, where it should be in things, and if it belongs in volume 1 or it belongs in volume 2, if it belongs in volume X. if it's going to be covered later, etc. So yeah, yep.
Nice.
So
Well,
there
about
is
time you actually
there is a
fucking did
long-term
something for the game.
There is a long-term plan for this sort of stuff, you reckon, from here on? Like, I mean, obviously, I know that there's aspects of it that you probably can't talk about if you do know more than just about this book, but it does seem that from the outside looking in, that they've seen, sorry, that they've realised that they've hit on something that people want and enjoy owning, and are going to pursue the lore books down the line. I think it's a good move. I think it's cool.
Well, I think
Absolutely.
as far as like what I think about it is, once you've got through Destiny 1, the rest are pretty much already done. Like, you know, Mara Sov's book is like 90,000 words. It's a book in itself. So, you know, unless
Is
they
that
just
Marsano? Is that
Marasina, yeah. So like, unless they decide they want to split certain books up, you know, like for example, Ghost Stories has heaps of different pieces in it.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a point where they start deciding whether the in-game books, they're just going to make physical copies of them, or if they're going to split them up. But my job mainly was the Destiny 1 stuff. But
Nice.
Good job.
As long as it's still publishing lore, as long as it's still game, people like, I don't think there's a fucking exit date. I think if you guys keep buying them, I'm pretty sure they'll keep making them.
We'll keep making books up to 2021.
We will also be offering a new Consult the Archives emote in the Eververse store for all of you lore lovers out there. If you choose to purchase this emote in-game and are signed up for Bungie Rewards, you can receive a 20% discount offer for the Destiny Grimoire Anthology Volume 2, Fallen Kingdoms.
So cool.
You just need to visit bungie.net/rewards and redeem your discount starting on July 2nd at 10 a.m. PDT, and you'll have until 11:59 on July 9th to redeem this limited time offer.
That's cool. You can
emote.
use that when your panties get blown off by the fucking Lumina quest, right?
Yeah.
That's how you can show your lore moistness.
Yeah, it was cool. The products team mentioned this to me, and I was like, people are going to like this. Like when we were doing volume 2, they're like, we're hoping it's not confirmed yet. They're like, it's not confirmed yet, but we're pushing hard to be able to get a lore emote. And I was like, mate, fuck, people are going to lose their mind. Yeah.
All right.
It was really cool.
Before we get into the chest stuff, which we will talk about, we'll just quickly crack over the charitable stuff. From the Senior Foundation Manager, Christine Edwards of the Bungie Foundation. Bungie Day is right around the corner on July 7th. As we head into this day of celebration, can't help but smile in gratitude for what truly sets our community apart. The level of care you have for one another and the world around us, time and time again. You've all stepped up to the plate to support incredible charitable causes, from natural disaster relief to families experiencing medical crises, and everything in between. Crises, fucking hell. I'm excited to announce for the very first time we're inviting you to support the Bungie Foundation in our own work to make the world a better place through the iPads for Kids program. The link is in the TWAB if you would like to do that. We're asking between now and July 14th, we are asking you to help us raise $77,000 by making a donation. Again, the link is there as well. And if you contribute $50 or more between now and July 14th at 11:59 PDT, you receive a unique redeemable code for the System of Peace emblem, and that's the one with the love hearts and all that sort of thing.
That's cool.
So if you want to check that out, guys, iPads for Kids program, I haven't looked into it, but it does. I mean, if it's for sick kids or anything like that, fantastic. Now, big one this week. It's kind of, well, it's not even a point of contention, so to speak. I just think there's a lot of people who think that they could have done something differently. But when the season of opulence began, we watched as players quickly discovered a bug in how the Menagerie's final chest granted rewards. Players began to race out of the area and then back to the chest as fast as they could to get as many rewards as possible before being sent back to orbit. It felt reminiscent of when players were farming treasure keys from the chests and their sparrows leading up to the House of Wolves. Consider this an error in your favour. We haven't rushed to fix it, but when we patch on July 9th, this loophole will officially close, allowing only one opening of the chest per completion. Until then, we invite you to take advantage of this all you like. Grow fat with strength.
I've been trying to grow fat with the God Roll Beloved, but the fat is just eluding me at the moment. I've got a pretty nasty Austringer, but yeah. I think the thing here is that a lot of people actually really quite enjoyed the way this functioned. I mean, as much as it was an accident, being able to go in and sort of spend 15 minutes or so getting through the activity and then getting your couple of, well, what it was like 3 minutes or some shit, 4 minutes to run back and forward and open as many chests as you could while juggling the chalice and all that sort of shit. It felt like it was pretty respectful of the time that you invested into getting the gear, right? And while I agree when Bungie say that, like, it was clearly unintended, it's an exploit, and that is what it is. I think that it probably harkens to the fact that, like, a lot of people will drop this content cold just out of being butthurt.
Well,
I mean, I can't see myself
is it worth
doing
the time investment though.
Well, probably not.
Here's the thing. My criticism of this is we've been here before.
Yeah,
this is what happened with Escalation Protocol.
Yeah.
Escalation Protocol, people were farming the last thing. And what Bungie decided to do is that you could choose to replay the last stage to get the chest again. And everyone's pretty happy with that. This, in my mind, is the exact same thing. Now, I don't know whether they're going to add that later, because I don't want people farming it quite as much still, because Season of Opulence is still pretty fresh. And maybe they'll change it later when, you know, it's less played. So you don't have to, you know, you can just choose to redo the last stage, reopen the chest again. But, you know, I do feel like we've been through this process before. And I think they probably should have made it very similar to Escalation Protocol, because people are happy with that, which is, you complete the final wave, you open a chest, you want to redo it, you do the same thing, right? Beat the final boss again, reopen the chest.
Yeah.
You've still got to pay for the materials.
EP,
you still have to have the runes and stuff.
At that power level with EP, you still needed 6 to 9 people of average skill level to defeat a boss.
Yeah.
At that power level, when Warmind was current.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, you don't need, like, for just the basic bitch Menanganangs, you don't need
bitch Yeah, well done. I'll allow it. Continue.
You don't need 6 people to do it. For a 300-second countdown, a 300-second countdown is pretty steep. I would have loved to see, and this this isn't my thought process behind it. I've seen this from Watts from the DCP. I've seen this from Nem Plays from Planet Destiny. I've seen this from a lot of people. But have the time halved. And then, like, you've only got that amount of time to do it, or limit the amount of chess, the amount of times the chest can be opened in that 300 seconds. So have it to 3 times you can open that chest.
Yeah, I think it's definitely got to be more than once. But I mean, the other thing that this does is it dilutes people's perception of what a reward for an activity is, right? Like and then, you know, like take this as an example. They don't address it, they don't change it, they leave it as it is right now. And then we go into Shadowkeep and everything's like, you do one activity, you get one reward. And everyone's like, this is punishing. It's not really. It's the way Destiny's always been. It's just that the Menagerie's been so fucking friendly for 3 months that, you know, your expectations have changed. I think there's a balancing act that needs to go on here. And I understand why they've wound it back. But I'd ultimately like to see with Menagerie, I think it's already set up for the fact that after you defeat the boss, you can then go and fight another boss and get another chest, and you can go for as long as you fucking want. Like, I don't understand why, you know, this is the encounter. I understand people are going to want to leave, but, like, backfill it. Who gives a shit? It's not like it's that hard that it's impossible. And when you're doing the hard mode, you've got to have your 6-man fire team anyway. So I don't know. I think this is an opportunity. I think it's something that they'll look at, and it's, you know, we've said this all the way through the annual pass, in that there's, like, content that alludes to future content. And we've seen how, you know, like, the chalice is basically the oven that we saw at Christmas time that's, you know, it's an evolution of that system, and they're dipping their toes in the water, and then we see the end result 6-9 months down the line. I think this is very much a similar thing. Like, we may well just jump back to one chest per thing, but when they design future content, they've now got a better handle on what people are expecting as a reward and reward frequency, and the level of respect they have to show to people's time to keep them happy and invested. I mean, anyone who's playing Destiny super hardcore now probably has all the shit they want out of Menagerie anyway, and are probably just, you know, two-manning fucking the hard mode like all the legendary players in our community seem to be doing already. So I think it kind of sucks in that if you play casually now, you don't have the opportunity to just load in for, you know, that half an hour and try your hand, you know, throw your 6 tokens at getting a god roll of whatever you want.
Can I just read this real quick from Jugs?
Yes.
Thanks, mate. I'd like to see them revise the mechanics so there was a potential to spawn more chests on completion of the boss, maybe up to 4 to 5 chests, and dependent on performance throughout the activity, i.e. completing flawless sections. So the better you do, the better the loot is. I mean, that would be great to see. I don't think it's going to be something that we'll see in this season because it's like the end of Activision and all that sort of shit. That being said, as you said, Log, like if they tested something like that, we could see. Well, we've got Menagerie now, we've got the Menanganangs now, but moving forward,
it's a different way of rewarding players. Like, so rather than, because the way like a raid works, right? You have a fail mechanic, and that means you get no rewards. You get punished for failing. Whereas that kind of thinking is rewarding better teamwork. So you don't necessarily get punished for failing, or you sort of do indirectly because you get less chests. But the focus is in, okay, if you work better as a team, you get more chests. And I think there actually is a difference in that, like punishing worse players versus rewarding better players. I think there is a difference.
Yeah, it's heaps less punitive in that respect. I mean, you don't have to look back too far to see an example of this where it was fucking heaps less friendly than it currently is, and probably is less friendly than Menagerie will be, even with 1 drop per fucking run. You know, like you look back at Black Armory and basically you were doing this small, short quest to get a chance at 1 roll of every gun, right? Like, so that definitely took more than the 15 minutes of God. I mean, some of the runs that we've had through it when there's 6 of us who are all on the same page and coordinated, it's like 6, 7, 8 minutes, some shit, blast through the Menagerie.
Well,
it's not a lot of work.
2 encounters and you're done. You do 2 encounters and you're done. Like it is possible to do that. And the only reason why you do the heroic is to get a chance to get the sword, which can get some really fucking godly rolls on it. And the Izanagi catalyst. But I suppose the thing that's really going to bug me about Menagerie, like if this bug didn't exist at the start, people would obviously, hindsight's 2020, this wouldn't be an issue and people would continue to play it. But I can see on the good side, I can see less people farming runes in Crucible and AFK farming runes and all that sort of shit in Strikes. But on the bad side, I can see that the player base of Menagerie just really going down because like you get 1 shit roll on a Beloved or an Erentil or a Ostringer or something like that.
Yeah. Look,
I think you're not going to.
It's one of those things we can learn from. It's one of those things that I think we can learn from, and we can learn from it from our end too. In that when something's clearly broken like this, we probably need to make hay while the sun shines and just get in and get amongst it. And look, they're giving everyone fair warning of when they're going to patch it out. I honestly expected it to be patched out after the first week. I really didn't think it'd go this long. But
it's a pretty. I think it's a pretty responsible response to be like, yeah, our bad. Here, feel free to abuse it until we patch it. I think that's pretty reasonable.
It is a reasonable response, but what if there was like 60 seconds? What if you just had 60 seconds before you say you do your rune before you go
get out of the room
60
and back.
seconds.
Oh, it depends on the room.
Bullshit.
It takes
fucking bullshit.
30 seconds.
Just run a Titan. Quick as fuck.
I don't even
worry
have
about
anything else.
No, I know you don't, bud. But no, they have ideas now. They're not getting ideas from Reddit, but they have ideas from people that Bungie Twitch account, the Bungie Twitter account follows, and they're tweeting at them and all that sort of thing. They have ideas on how to go forward with improving this type of encounter.
Put it this way,
type of endgame
Bungie
activity
always learns from mistakes, in my opinion. They may make new mistakes, they may make the same mistakes again, but I feel like as a whole, they're generally pretty good at taking community feedback and seeing people, they'll notice the player base drop in Menagerie and they'll be like,
yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
People want to farm their roles and need to give them opportunity to do that. So, it would probably take a while, but I think there'll be something put in place to allow that.
Well, just as you said, Log, as you said, mate, like you've got Black Armory, they had that like mini quest line, and that was cool to begin with, but then, it got old really quickly. Season of the Drifter, then you had the Reckoning, and that was cool to begin with, and it got old really, really quickly. Menagerie is an improvement on that. So they, as you said, Matt, they are improving on it, but it's yeah. And so just to tie in with that as well, guys, I know there's been a lot of things in the chat at the moment about Reddit and all that sort of thing, and I've heard all about it from certain sources. But they are looking for just your average person to go into
I think,
Bungie.
we didn't talk about that. Yeah, it was it was cross posted between there, and it was on the forums, the Bungie BNet forums as well. So basically, offering the Willy Wonka golden ticket to go and visit Bungie out in your dig it out of your chocky bar and go and have a look around the joint and contribute to the summit that is coming up in I think it's mid-July now. I think it's 11th to the 13th, maybe.
Yeah, it's
maybe
good. I mean, I didn't realize how small the summit was last. Like with Ninja and stuff went. There was only like 6 people.
I think they probably learned from the first one too, in that if you refine the number of voices that are there and target specific people that you're trying to get specific information out of, you're going to get more out of that than 50 people all in a room going, yeah. You know what I mean?
Yes. I mean, well, not everyone, and I fucking hate to do this, not everyone's going to go up there with, 6 gigabytes of fucking data to show them about what the community wants. Like,
homework.
Fucking, like, knock off, like, fucking
homework, Myelin.
Myelin homework.
But, it's so if you want to throw your hat into the ring, go find that link.
I think they've actually closed.
Pino's tweeted it.
I think they've closed the thing. Yeah, they've closed it off. But they're, I think there was a fucking 3,000 responses or some shit. I didn't personally respond. I thought, look, it's for someone that comes from that community and whatever. And, we on the podcast make our, impression of things and opinions pretty fucking well known for about an hour every week. So if they really want to know what we think, they can probably watch the fucking show. Well, not that I'd wish that on anyone, but still.
That's a really good point. Matt, at school, were you the kid that fucking said to the teacher, you forgot to assign homework?
No.
That's a really good point. Thank you, Eds.
No,
did you say that?
Not that kid.
Bullshit. Lies.
But it's going to be interesting. Like, obviously, once again, that was what the community was asking for. Was to have representation from people who were not streamers or YouTubers, or at least well known in the community. So good on them for doing that. How they're going to actually, this is the thing with any competition. You are always going to get burned because you can only pick one person, and there's always, so even though this is what the community wanted, even though all the people screaming and cursing that, you invite streamers to it, they go out and do it. I guarantee the same people screaming that were unhappy before are still going to be the same fucking unhappy people. And
jeez, it's like I've been repeating this for the past 129 episodes. The Destiny community can't be. They're not happy. They're never fucking happy. They're never happy.
You fucked it, Matt. nearly an hour in. No, we're not even an hour in. But you're right. And then it's going to be, I hope that person's fucking ready for the, like, oh, you're the chosen one of Reddit. And then they get there.
You know what? Yeah,
Fuck.
I hope they are ready, because it is a lot of pressure.
Honestly, I saw some great people throw their hat in the ring, and don't get me wrong, like I saw Grindhead Jim's response. I thought that was fucking incredible. I think he could definitely contribute. Lego, like Rezo Lego, he put his hat in the ring. Heaps of people did, and I think like there is an absolute fucking gamut of people there with different perspectives and opinions on things that they could definitely draw in and be of use. So I assume that they're going to go through. I saw Man at Arms entry too. His was just Peregrine Greaves. That was it. Man at Arms, Florida. That was all it said. Good.
Well, can I just say something else?
Yes.
If I was to mark your homework, most of you fucking failed because you didn't listen to the instructions, which was put your region in, put the fucking region in, and also 100 words or less.
Him from the call.
Don't. It just fucks up the frames. I can mute him if we need to.
Yeah.
Speaking
of Peregrine Greaves, Rick made Peregrine Greaves the regreevening, and holy fuck, he's just screaming out there, just going, Peregrine Greaves!
What the fuck happened? Did you just see that? His penis just moved. It was fucking weird. What was that about?
Why are you watching my cock?
Oh, it was there. It was fucking, whoa. Oh, I don't know. I think we're going to have to go to a message from Man at Arms and fucking have a stern talking about this off air, Sloth. You've fucking gone off the rails. Anyway, look, we love Rick. And when this happened, sort of, he and I were in discussions about, well, he wanted to release it on the podcast and then put it up afterwards. I'm like, no, man, you got to get it out there. You got to put it out at the right time of the week to get it into the people's arms and get it in, ultimately have it in the running to get movie of the week. So we just decided we'd fucking do both. So here's a message from Man at Arms. I think he might have been drinking when he recorded it, so just bear that in mind. And then you'll be treated to the Peregrine Greaves to the regreevening after that.
Hi, I'm Man at Arms, better known as Rick. Or maybe not, I'm not sure. The video you're about to see is something. Now, I had recorded a message like this earlier in the week and spoken to Log about whether or not to release the video when I release it or save it for tonight's show. Because I really enjoy releasing the videos on the show. And he said, fuck it, let's do both. So this is the result of both. Unfortunately, I am just off of work and had to re-record this because this movie has won Bungie Movie of the Week, which is really fucking cool. That being said, aside from being able to carry this comedy bit in from D1 to D2 and from Reddit to YouTube and kind of perpetuate the thing, and maybe give it another push to where if there's a D3, maybe somebody else can drag it into D3. It feels really cool that a exotic piece of armor is associated with you. That's how do you quantify that into words? It's just fucking awesome. But outside of that, when I made the original video, I hadn't made very many. I'd made one or two. I had like 130 subscribers, something like that. Log and I had not been friends for very long. And it didn't blow up. It didn't go viral. It was just kind of out there and slowly developed this cultish following and became a thing. But the little bit of encouragement I got and being able to come onto the DD, which was the first time I was ever on a podcast and have something to speak of, and by making stuff and to keep going and meet new people, I don't know that I ever would have gotten a chance to get to know Adam and get to a point to where he'll sit on the phone with me till 5 a.m. if I'm having a bad patch and listen to me vent. Or Matt was a dude I followed on YouTube and to learn about Vex and weird, funky shit that I didn't really understand because it's far too deep and intellectual, to being a drinking buddy, staying with my family and doing shots at Guardiancon. I don't want to do any shots on Friday, Matt. Seriously. Saturday's a long fucking day. Just, it'll be fine. Probably. 25% certainty everything will be fine. But I digress. So, risking rambling on any further, if I wouldn't have kept making things, I know I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now. I wouldn't have a platform to talk to you every week. I wouldn't have friends, genuine friends, all over the world that send me a message almost daily. We joke around and it's just fucking cool. With that being said, without further ado, I present to you Peregrine Greaves 2, The Regrieving.
What if everything you've ever wanted was to kick shit in the face forever? Then you need Peregrine Greaves! Put these sweet-ass legs on your Titan and you will fucking decimate things with your powerful knees. They are gems! You will look glamorous, like a stylish lady, while you knee someone in the throat so hard their teeth go flying out of their asshole. Your legs are bedazzled. But that's with the strength of 1,000 Kodiak bears. If Kodiak bears gave zero fucks about gravity and evolved to do sweet jumpings. You will set your child on your knee to give him sound, fatherly advice. Then that child will fucking explode because your knees are instant death. Your son will die! Your wife will divorce you! You will die alone atop the mountain of corpses you've left in your wake as your life devolves into a nightmarish hellscape of violence and depravity. You will take Peregrine Greaves into the crucible and you will massacre people! You will fuck them up! You will knee void dancers! Deny! Get that butter knife the fuck out of here! You will knee Radiance warlocks and cause them to weep radiant tears. You will knee gunslingers. Carefully. You will knee other titans in their bubbles, diving into their neon disco dance parties blind as shit and murdering them with your energy legs. It's your bubble now, so fuck that guy. Wait, shit? The bubble is gone because of you, goddammit! Why the fuck did you do that? You will ruin your KD, as I have, because you are addicted to the sweet, sweet sound of instant airborne death. You will catch so many shotgun blasts to the face, and it'll be worth it when you knock a void dancer the fuck out before he can chop up your teeth. Every painful death will be validated. As your leg collides with a fiery warlock, Staggy Goat Hat so hard that he's rendered brain damage. And his family fights with the state of Texas to take him off life support. He will live off tubes because of Texas! Peregrine Greaves!
I've seen that fucking 10 times and it never gets it.
You're muted, Matt. Matt's muted.
It is a masterpiece. I just
Holy shit.
your son will sit on your leg and he will die.
Your son will die. Your wife will divorce you. It's one of those things, and he told me he was redoing it, and he's re-recorded the whole fucking thing. Like that, I'm like, oh, it's one of those things. It's like, you know, when you hear a band re-record a classic song, and it's just not quite the same. And I had that concern, you know, can you really capture that kind of energy and lightning in a bottle again? And he's just fucking absolutely smashed it out of the park. Oh, wow. Wow.
Holy shit.
Oh, well, you know what we might do? We might open up the chat to everyone else in the disc that's rocking on in the stream. And if there's anything that you particularly want to talk about, we can do that from now on. So you're a part of the show now as well. But, man, dude, Rick's been toiling away for years and years and years at this point, right? Like, he's been doing this sort of stuff, and he and I talk a lot about just going backwards and forwards on ideas, and sort of his comedy bits and my music stuff there's a parallel there, because it takes so much fucking time to get these things off the ground, and if they don't land, they don't land, and you just got to move on, right? Like you don't get much ongoing value out of it. But to see him do that, and I know how excited he is about, you know, finally being put on the fucking big stage with, you know, movie of the week and stuff, and everyone's been incredibly supportive of him, and I'm just absolutely stoked for him. He keeps sending me the fucking screenshot of the YouTube views. He's like, I feel like I'm starting a cult. I feel like I'm running a propaganda machine.
33,000 views.
Yeah,
that's big
fucking
boys.
insane.
Those big boys numbers now. I'll put the link in chat, and you know, like.
Yeah, we'll absolutely put it in the description of the podcast and everything this week. It's go and watch it. It is fucking. If you are just listening to this on audio and you've not seen the fucking thing yet, go and watch it. It's definitely worth your time. But
like,
yeah, holy shit.
I know that feeling. You know, when you see the numbers, like it is such an amazing feeling. When you've been grinding YouTube or you've been on Twitch, you know, it's the same as getting a big host from another streamer, or a video just takes off, and it is really super exciting. And you know, just to see it happen, it's unfortunately it's just the beginning of any sort of career in entertainment. That it's all about what do you do then, but
do it again next week.
I remember the excitement very well, and it's cool to see it happen to Man at Arms, because he's a good dude.
Yeah,
did we have we covered everything in the Destiny Roundup by Shackle as well?
I mean, we can jump into that in a minute, but the logical springboard talking about Man at Arms here is that Matt's going to stay with Rick next week for Guardiancon. So you're prepared for that,
dude? I am excited and scared at the same time, because I just feel like he'll show me America. I'm gonna be there for the 4th of July, right? Like I feel like.
He will show you America.
You're going to be at a former American Army soldier's house at the 4th of July, who is certified drinks whiskey at 9 o'clock in the morning because he's Rick. But 4th of July, motherfucker, your liver better be ready.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Where's
Matt? Like Guardiancon, miss my panel, miss everything. Yeah, he's spent a day drinking with Rick.
Matt turns up hammered at 10 a.m. Where have you been? I don't know.
From Texas.
Yeah, and ended up in fucking Los Angeles or something, opposite side of the country, just drinking with Rick all night.
Yeah. So
yeah, wait, can they have fireworks that are legal there? Like we could shoot off fireworks, right?
For fuck's sake, please, for the love of Pete, just
Matt,
be careful
Australian
with fireworks.
YouTuber delimbs himself. Going home, fucking fingers.
Oh, I lost my fucking hands.
to Twitter using my knuckles because my fingers are blown off. I need a new video editor and someone to capture footage. Luckily, I only talk these days. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, your streaming career won't take a hit because, well, I mean,
I just read.
It's just reading out. Just as long as you can get a joystick that controls the scroll up and down of Microsoft Word, and you're fucking sweet.
Yeah, as long as the firework doesn't hit me in the fucking throat, I think I'll be all right.
Yeah, there you go. That's the real money maker. The other thing we've got to deal with in your absence is that you're absent. So I don't know. I think we'll make you pick your replacement for next week. What do you reckon? At some point through this week, we'll, so if there's anyone you want to suggest, if you're listening to this or watching it live, and there's anyone out there in the Destiny community that you think is either a very logical or very illogical replacement for Matt for 1 week while he's away at Guardiancon, please reach out, tweet at us. I'll put a tweet out after this, but yeah, I think we'll let Matt pick.
Yeah, we need someone who can be the sloth punching bag for a week, whilst also knowing the lore, whilst also understanding what porridge and
porridge related activities.
I think we'll just
master's degree in porridge.
I think we'll just get, I don't know, fucking Blind Freddy on, because that's about as much as you input into this podcast, Matthew.
Oh, you're just nasty. I don't like it when you get that nasty. It's just cruel.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Making a cup of tea or
skills
something?
Required. 10 plus resistance to Australian humour.
Yes, I am making a cup of coffee. Shut the fuck up.
So let us know. Let us know if you love porridge. Get in touch. But yeah, no, man, it's gonna be exciting.
For
dude.
the American,
I'm envious that we're heading into that Guardiancon fucking time of the year, and I didn't get my shit together enough to be able to fucking get over there. But oh man,
even if you did have your shit together, you wouldn't have been able to go anyway. Rachel wouldn't have let you.
I'm allowed. I'd be right to go. It's more finances than anything that are in my way at the moment. But who knows? 2020 is a different year, the year of hindsight. So there's that. So Matt, what are you doing? There's a panel. I saw some tweets going around about an actual lore panel that you're going to be doing on main stage, I believe, or something.
Actually, I haven't. Some other guys have tweeted out, but I've got it ready for the next video.
Yep.
So there's a lore panel on the 5th of July, which is the Friday at 3 p.m. And that's going to be on, I think it's called the King's Coast stage. I think it's that stage. It'll be on the Guardiancon Twitter page and all that kind of stuff. But that's be a lore panel. It'll be myself, by Baxter from Ishtar Collective, I think Blue from Focus Fire Chat, and I'm probably missing people, and I'm gonna feel real bad in a sec. So we got all the usual lore nerds are there. So we'll have a panel, go for about an hour. There'll be some questions in there too. I've got a Word document, a Google Docs for people to fill out if they want their question asked on stage. So we'll decide how that's going to happen. We've also got Jonathan Toe, which is from the he's from the narrative team. And he's been around since House of Wolves, man.
That's fucking cool, man.
He's been around for a long time. So we'll have him on stage too. So we'll be able to ask questions. Of course, like, don't ask shit like what's happening in Shadowkeep, and like
what is porridge?
Don't waste your fucking questions, okay? Because there's not much time. So if you are lucky enough to
oatmeal. Porridge is oatmeal. Look, we had people tweeting at us. Dredgen, what was her name? Dredgen, I can't remember her name on Twitter, but porridge is oatmeal.
Yeah,
it's legitimately oatmeal. Dredgen, 12 Guardian. It is legitimately just it's oatmeal. That's what porridge is. It's fine. Are we all sorted there? Okay.
And then I don't have, a lot of people have like meet and greet scheduled times. I'm just going to be with Gamma Trap in, I think it's called like Artist Alley. So we'll have a booth. We'll have a whole bunch of prints, like all the artwork that Gamma does for my videos throughout the year. We've selected like the top performers for what people like the most. We'll be selling them. Can sign them for you as well, and you can bring your anthology books if you want me to sign like the introduction, which is a bit that I wrote.
Oh,
and
fuck, don't do that.
Look, just let me have my.
Just let him have his fucking moment. Let him have his moment.
If you go for Mylin's
Don't
safety,
put people down.
For Mylin's safety. No, I'm not putting people down. If you go and get Myelin if you get him to sign your book, just know that when he gets back, and I hear that people have brought their book for him to sign, I will be fucking doubling down on how mean I am to him.
I think you're quite mean enough. I don't know that you've got a double down gear to go to.
Anyway, look, you don't have to buy any. Like, if you just want to come up and say hello, like, of course, you don't need to buy anything. Just come say hi if you want a photo, all that kind of stuff. I'm not in the US very often, so I'm gonna be on the artist. If I'm not on the stage, I'm gonna try and make sure I'm there for as long as possible. So you can come say hi. I think that's it.
Holy shit. That's what, you know what, every week we do this where we're like, there's not that much to talk about. And then we fucking talk for an hour and we're like, fuck.
If you do go and meet Myelin, get a really weird photo with him so we can turn him into a meme like Dado was during the
yeah, that'd be good.
During the fucking Bungie stream. That'd be really nice.
Just go up and say good day. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy.
We
need to be prepared for backlash. I know what he's like. There'll be some sting in the tail for us if we pick on him too much. Come PAX, we'll end up getting something bad will happen. I can just see. Look at his conniving little face over there in the corner.
That's all right. We'll tape him up and leave him in the hotel room.
All
right. From Destiny Roundup. From Shackle Shotgun. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not know Shackle Shotgun, twitter.com/Shackle Shotgun, destinyroundup.com, entry 240 from Cosmo. We'll let the team know about the issue where friendly smoke grenades consume your melee energy if you have Khepri Sting equipped. On competitive and turning off Wolfpack, disabling Lord of Wolves. We care about comp. We can't turn the perk off for certain activity or platform. So taking it away from everyone until the fix goes out is weighing heavily on into our calculus. As Luke said, we will continue to monitor and let you know if anything changes. We didn't disable the Sentinel Gambit Prime set bonus. We disabled the army. We can't just target the perk, or we would. We changed the wave splitter in a patch. This is different than turning off an item with a server flag. On cross save will be free. If you want to play Shadowkeep content on multiple platforms, you need to purchase it on each platform. You can use all of your gear on any platform. You have linked your active account with First Light. Expansion ownership, Forsaken, and Shadowkeep is tied to the platform store it was purchased on. From VG, the technical art lead on shaders and unshaderable parts on armor and changing that. As someone who's worked on gear rendering system for many years, I appreciate with the feedback on subject and have personally seen this given many times. I browse subreddit daily like many of my coworkers. I can't say that it is always, but very often these areas are a result of the current technical limitations. Artist time to handle, more time involved workarounds of said limitations and concepted designs that continue to push into new territory to give you all of the exciting new offerings. Basically, as Log said, there's a few parts of the Wolves arms from the Iron Banner that he can't get. Like he can't share.
Yeah, they just stay gold. And that's one of those things. I assume it's a limitation, but I'm sure that it annoys them just as much as it annoys us. So it'll be dealt with in due course. There's not anything to be too upset about as much as it's annoying. But hey, there's that. That was good. That was good. A few little things that always seem to slip through the cracks of the TWAB that we can kind of pick up there thanks to Shackle and doing that. So definitely go and check out destinyroundup.com and thanks, Shackle. All right, if you got any questions and you're in the chat, Destiny related or otherwise, preferably Destiny related, but if you've got anything else you desperately need to get off your chest, go for it.
We can always revisit this spirit level on the monitor, because I see that Black Sword has put up a Twitter post about whether you spirit level your monitor, and it's currently sitting at 63%. No, who does that?
And the other one is all of Sloth's alt accounts. You know, the annoying thing is that I do not have a spirit level in here, but I fucking there's one out under the house. I'm not going to get it. I can't be fucked. But yeah.
You know what? You both
Look,
pricks.
I know this is going to offend some people, but I played Iron Banner, and no, I don't play PvP very often. But I didn't find that. I mean, I was abusing Lord of Wolves, but I was finding that I wasn't being abused by Lord of Wolves as much as I expected to be.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't as bad as I expected it to be either, to be honest. And I used it a bit and then I took it off and I didn't find that I got.
Well, if you've got Recluse, I think it's better.
Yeah.
Like I was getting killed more with Recluse and shoulder charges than I was getting killed by Lord of Wolves.
Yeah.
I was getting killed by supers more than anything. And Ostringers, because it's really forgiving. The Ostringer is really, really forgiving.
Yeah, it's worth, honestly, seriously, go and grind the fuck out of that. If you do not have a good roll on the Ostringer already, look it up, see what is...
What's that, the hand cannon?
Yeah, and go and fucking get it. Because it's basically like a mini Ace of Spades. It is really fucking friendly. It's really ezy to use. I still suck with it, but I'm fucking
very
crap.
Forgiving, yeah.
You want to get in there and do that. It's definitely worth a look.
I haven't done that.
Of course you haven't done it. You're the only, well, you're not the only, not the only content. I like the role that I use in PvP, one that I picked up last night, Masterworked, was Outlaw Rampage of Flared Magwell and Smoothbore, so it's got the range and it's got the range masterwork and all that sort of thing, and it feels really nice.
Hang
on. Yeah, and but yeah, I got killed by supers and Ostringers. That's why I didn't shoulder charge anyone out of their super. Apparently, I have the Storm and Rangefinder.
Yeah,
is
I have the Storm.
I've got with
I have the Storm,
Ostringer.
Rangefinder, Accurized, and Full Bore. So yeah. Unfortunately, a stability masterwork, but anything beyond that would be just fucking egregious anyway. So pretty cool.
What's been happening in gaming news? You know, we normally feel a little bit of gaming news at the end. Is anything?
I've caught nothing this week. Honestly,
it happened this week.
I'm still angry at it. Actually, Destiny during the 6 hours downtime still had more viewers on Twitch than Anthem. So that was. You know what? I can't wait for the next game that comes along. And I know this is just me being a vindictive cunt of a man. Hey, we're an hour and 10 minutes in before the C-bomb. But the next person that says to me, this game's going to kill Destiny. Like, here's the list of corpses. Everything that's going to kill Destiny. Here's the list of
games that have entered the boxing ring have been fucking stretched out.
My gas strut just gave out, so now I'm down here.
It's not like World of Warcraft that it just has leaving a trail of bodies and butchering things and leaving them in its path. But 12 hours down. 12 hours down.
I think it came up after 7 hours.
Sorry, 8 hours down or something like that. Like, it's a good game. Don't get me wrong. Anthem was a good game and it had really good combat mechanics. But we spoke about this on stream before I fell asleep. Anyway,
I think the bargain bin at JB Hi-Fi begs to differ.
I really like the combat mechanics personally. I really liked it. I thought it was. I don't
want to talk about Anthem ever again.
No.
But
other news.
Mate, what have we got? Please.
EA surprise mechanics.
Yeah, didn't we have that last?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, but you know, I hate it.
Okay. Do you guys know Jack's Films?
Yeah,
YouTuber, pretty big one. So he's was doing a meme video about dabbing, and it ended up being a Fortnite emote. And it is almost motion capture of what he did, like a deep dab, like he did this this stupid stretch where his head's almost on the ground doing that, and side by side, it's basically motion capture with a Fortnite emote, and it sort of brought up this conversation again about Fortnite's whole model is basically just taking funny emotes and selling them.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's such a grey area. Luckily, his response was
a fucking grey area.
He was like, I'm not going to get angry. I just made a Fortnite creator code. Fucking use this code to I guess, I don't know, backlash. But the other thing that we didn't actually say, it wasn't just EA at that UK hearing. It was actually Epic as well.
As they should be.
Epic
They're
was
both
there too.
both thieves.
So I don't know. I don't know what you guys think about the whole the emotes. Do you have ownership? Do you have fucking ownership over dance moves?
Oh, I mean, apparently you do. Apparently you do. If you created it, right? That, and if it's based on something that is monetized by you on YouTube, then absolutely you do.
I mean, if it was the moonwalk, you would say, yeah.
You didn't create it. Even if they didn't create it, they are the ones. They're the reason why it's so big and popular and all that sort of thing. And I actually find it really, it's shit tier behavior. That they just take with the Jack's films, they've just taken
it's not like they're paying homage to it if they wholesale lift it.
Skeleton animation about it.
I think that's the one thing that Destiny up until this point has done well, and fucking Destiny podcast, always bring it back to Destiny, but where they are sort of, it is meme-ish stuff. It's more that they're paying homage to it rather than copying it outright, right?
Yeah. There's a fine line.
There's probably a few of the dance moves ones that are probably a little bit further than that, but I don't know. I mean, there's obviously a line there that no one's ever bothered to draw because
paying homage and charging people for it are two completely different things.
Mm.
You know, like it is. Yeah, I don't know. Question from MD Geek. Thank you. When Bungie says that the coming artifacts are seasonal, does that mean that they will no longer be valid when the season is over, or that you can no longer progress with adding to it once the season is over? Meaning you will need to start a new one every 3 months. How will seasons affect our gear? That is speculation, as you said. It is all speculation. That being said, if it's seasonal, I would expect it to be seasonal. If they say it's seasonal, I would expect it to be seasonal.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think any of us actually know anything, so we can't speak from any place of authority. But I'm with Sloth. I mean, if they're saying that it's a seasonal thing, then it's a seasonal thing. But I mean, in the fullness of time, we'll understand more about it. So it's unfortunate that we don't really have anything to base a response on.
The other news that I just totally forgot, I'm just looking through my YouTube history to see what I watched this week. Freaking all the copyright claims on Destiny 2 videos from fucking what was that company?
Endemol, you cunts.
Endemol parent company.
It sounds like a fucking erectile dysfunction drug. Fuck off. Oh, I need my Endemol. Can't crack a fat without it.
Do you know who they are?
They're like a rights ownership group or some shit, like big media mega corp.
Yeah, like OG sale of the century kind of TV stuff.
Are they? They're not tied in with Activision, are they?
I don't think so.
Don't know.
Do you reckon?
Deej did ride into the fray atop a fucking white horse. I will address this. I think I think there's going to be some pretty pointed fucking. You probably won't see it happen with Destiny shit again. I'll say it that way. That's a big fucking deal.
I also want fucking YouTube. Like, this is just it's going to be done and dusted. But the thing is, there will be people like I don't even know if all of my videos were unclaimed in the end. Okay, they're probably I'm just checking out. I think they were all eventually unclaimed, but there are a couple of them that I left for like 2 days without disputing it. And it's just fucking bullshit that they could do that and claim it and take revenue. And if you don't dispute it, because you're too scared or you don't know the process, they basically just claim the revenue for it.
Yeah, it's fucking garbage, man. Like, you've got to basically stake your channel on fighting back against that shit too.
Yes.
It's come too far. I understand that they need to protect people's copyright rights and shit, but this is outright abusing the system to try and take people's fucking money. Like, at what point do they go, oh, okay, well, Endemol, what's the fucking consequence for them? Like, okay, guess what? You went and made all of these bullshit fucking copyright claims. Fuck you, you can't do it anymore. That's probably what should happen. Like, but it won't, because they're a big corporation and they've. I mean, like, what do they make? They make Big Brother, MasterChef. Your face sounds familiar. You like Peaky Blinders, don't you, Sloth? You fucking weirdo. Black Mirror is all right. Yeah, but most of the stuff they do is fucking shit. So fuck off.
I mean, at the end of the day, the reason why YouTube now I'm not defending YouTube. YouTube can go fuck itself. They're legitimately shit house. But YouTube are stuck in a grey area, so they're in a safe harbor to try and stop being dragged over the coals by governmental bodies. But they can't really do very much. They could definitely do more than what they're doing, but they can't do very much in the way of defending against these fucking asshole companies that go out and mass flag videos because of reasons.
And with the new fucking dashboard, it doesn't even tell you if it's automatic or manual anymore either. They've removed that. Like you couldn't even see if it was automated or if it obviously was automated. Yeah, I mean that was obviously automated. But the thing
what the sound was that actually triggered it.
But
that's the thing. Was it a sound?
I assume so, because it was across so much different stuff where it was only really.
It was.
The thing that really gets me about it, and this is my tinfoil hat going on, is that if they're a production company, maybe Activision have just gone, let's dick over everybody.
Oh God.
Let's use a body that we're not tied with, and let's fucking mass flag as many Destiny things as they can.
Oh, there was other shit flagged as well, but it was pretty bad for Destiny. I think something has gone horrifically wrong with the automated copyright system and has triggered a heap of shit for this Endemol, whatever the fuck it is, and they've acted on all of it erroneously.
Fucking Bondi Rescue.
Oh God!
They make Bondi Rescue, and
they need to get the corporate fucking leaders of Endemol need to come out to Australia, and Bondi Rescue they can go out into the ocean at Bondi, and they can not be rescued.
I'm pretty sure it was audio, but the weird thing was there's two big issues, or there's more than two big issues, but the next issues are like there's a difference with like as a content creator when you go to argue a copyright claim, right, before it becomes a strike. If it's automated, you have a lot more trust it could be a mistake. If it's manual, you know that you're being targeted. So if someone's manually claimed it, you're like, okay, well, these people want to give us grief. And if I dispute this, all they need to do is say, no, it's not fair use, and I get a fucking copyright strike. And YouTube's going to take their side. The fact that they removed that option, if I was not on Twitter, I literally would not have known that everyone else was going through the same issue, and I probably would have just left it.
I mean, how much shit do you reckon they did claim and get away with? But
it'd be interesting to fucking
see. It'd be a lot of money.
Because if they don't have a management company like you do behind them, Matt, a lot of them would just go, oh shit. You know, like there's this big company here, and they'll have a massive panic attack.
Well, I mean, my management didn't help me with it. I managed that myself. But if I really needed help, I could ask
send
them.
An email to.
Yeah. If I really, if it went further, you know, my not management, my MCN, I guess it is management. For you, my YouTube account has a law division, so at least they could actually fire back because it's in their best interest for my channel to continue because they keep getting money as well. So, you know, that's probably part of the service for it. I've never had to use it, but rather than being an independent, you have you could potentially have a lawyer backing you to fight back in a copyright claim.
Well, Richard Devereaux from Braytech just commented as well. Imagine if,
Milk, man, Jesus,
sorry. Fuck. Milk. I'm fine. Sorry. I'm all over the shop. Just real milk. Words. Just commented, imagine if someone tried to copyright the Wilhelm scream that they've used in every movie since fucking 1942.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. There's not too many full movies up on YouTube legally anyway, so it's not a huge
No, but like people use that Wilhelm scream in a lot of things.
I think I've used it.
A lot of things.
I think I've used it. Way ago. Yeah. Still,
I used it in my E3 video from fucking 6 years ago.
Yeah,
you know, but sorry, Tom, my bad, mate. Yeah, it's YouTube. YouTube's in a fucked position, and you know what? Like Gamma's actually typed in the chat. This is why Twitch is better. Well, Twitch hasn't had the governmental regulations come down on them, and I can see it happening.
Well,
there's a fucking blurry line there, man. And it'll be interesting to see how it pans out.
It's already happened with the music. I think it will eventually.
Yeah, every single one of my VODs gets tagged.
Yeah, same.
Gets muted.
Same.
Every single one, because I refuse to use copyright-free music because I find it, well, not very good,
boring,
and I like listening to music on stream. I'm sorry, that's just who I am.
But while Twitch streaming remains effectively live performance art, it's like you can't sue a band for doing a cover song. You can sue them if you can claim royalties if they record it, but if they play it live, it's got nothing to do. Like you can't. It's live performance. It exists in that moment. The second it's recorded and distributed and they monetize it, then fine. But everything else is not. So Twitch is always going to be a little bit more complicated. It interests me as well. I wish Twitch would just get their shit together and they'd host a video platform so that we could all gaming could just be in one fucking place. But you know, I think that's a long way off.
Another big thing that happened this week as well that I kind of want to touch on. I can see.
I've got that sinking feeling.
I'm not gonna go off the deep end with this. I can see both sides of the argument, but subscription only streams. So Twitch actually implemented this today. I got an invite, and I'm not going to, but if you wanted to.
Make my return to Twitch for subs only, baby.
Oh my god, shut up! But no, they're Jesus Christ. But this is the thing is that like you can turn this on and only subscribers, VIPs, and moderators can see your stream. Now you can click on that stream. You as the usual viewer can click on that stream and you can go. You can see like a clip, so to speak, of the stream that might be like 30 seconds or something of what's happening in stream. For smaller casters like the three of us. On Twitch, like Matt, you were a smaller caster on Twitch. On YouTube, you're kind of a bigger fish in a smaller pond. But it wouldn't really work for us. But for people like, let's say, Shroud, Ammunition, Dr. Disrespect, Man vs. Game, they're people like who play or excessive profanity, who don't like people backseating, or they don't like people sniping them. They could alleviate that problem a little bit by having subscription only streams. They can only see 30 seconds of gameplay rather than watching along and stream sniping. I get that. I understand that. But the thing that really worries me as well is that people, I can already see Twitch really ending up in a lot of trouble because of people using it as a cam girl streams for both sides.
They're still going to ban people for
which
that.
I've already seen. I have already fucking seen it, mate. I've already seen it.
I was thinking that too.
Have you seen boobs?
What?
I see boobs every day. I fucking look in the mirror, mate.
No, but like, what are you talking about? You mean you're gonna have to send me the link so I can do my own research?
I can see. No, I can see people abusing this system quite badly. I can see where Twitch was coming from, but I can see them abusing this system quite badly.
Yeah, look, I think that's one of the things. I think I saw the general sort of that's a yikes from me, man. Sort of from most streamers, and I think there's two different things. I think when people look at that, I don't think people are thinking, oh, this is something extra I would do for subscribers, and they would have to do something different. Like if you did that, you have to add value to it. Like it can't just be a regular stream for subs only. Like I don't think that's what it's intended for. It's like, because I think about this and I'm like,
well, you can't do that as a small channel, but as a channel like the big ones, like your Docs, your Shrouds, your Tim the Tapmans and all those things, they can get away with that because they have, the people they have the viewership to do that.
Because I think I think it would be very reasonable. I mean, this is what I think when I think about the YouTube channel, and that I would really like to thank my members specifically because they allow me to, they help financially support the channel, and ad revenue can be really tough. And so I want to thank them. And I think that a subscriber stream on YouTube where I can actually pay them more attention in chat because there's not like 200 people in there would be a really nice way to like reward them.
I can see that. I reckon there's definitely two sides to it. On that front, if you're going to use it that way, that's fine. I think like a lot of the backlash that people have, like feeling towards it is that there will be people that will use it the wrong way. But at the end of the day, it's just another tool that Twitch have there. And the way that it's implemented and used is ultimately going to be determined by the streamer themselves. So if they're using it in the wrong way, they're probably a fuckwit at the end of the day. That's it. I don't think we need to really worry about it. I'm surprised it took them this fucking long, to be honest. Well, they've got sub-only chat and all that sort of shit anyway. So it's the logical fucking endpoint, isn't it?
You know what the worst part about this is that they've able to implement this, which is effectively removing it's putting a paywall between you and watching the caster, but they absolutely they've gone on record and said that they really don't want to do IP bans or hardware bans or anything like that from people watching certain channels, which I would really love to see.
Like when you ban someone, they can't keep watching.
They can't keep watching.
Fuck, I wish. Why is that not a thing?
Because it stops people watching. It stops people watching ads. And if people aren't watching ads, they lose revenue.
Yeah, there's a lot of dickheads in the world, isn't there? I wonder what do you reckon the total number of banned, like if you grab the total amount of banned accounts
of all accounts on Twitch, 25%.
You reckon?
Yeah, no ifs, buts, or maybes about it.
It's fucking heaps.
Every fourth person.
Every fourth person is banned.
I don't know.
Every fourth person.
I don't reckon every fourth person.
Every fourth person who owns a singular account on Twitch is banned in a channel.
I don't think I'm banned in any channels, but I don't know.
Yeah, you might have a point there. Hold on a second. Can I see how many people have been banned in my dashboard?
Yeah, go to your dashboard and I'd have to walk you through it. But yeah,
here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Mylin's stats.
I think the technical effort to implement a ban system would not be worth it. For ease, would not be defeated. Well, see, like I said, the reason being they don't do it is because they lose revenue.
Yeah, at the end of the day, people just VPN their way around it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's impossible to enforce. It is, and it sucks, but it just is. It's fucking impossible.
It really is. That's just the way that it is. Unfortunately.
I mean, you look at it from the other perspective, though. If someone is having serious fucking ongoing problems with like someone that keeps recurring in the stream and is being a fucking cunt, at least they've got the opportunity to, now it is, they can, as unfortunate as it is, they could go subscriber only mode so they can focus only on the people that are positively contributing to their stream and cut the fuckwits out. And while that's not I wouldn't like to see that, but, and it's a negative thing, but at least they've then got the option and they can fuck this person off one way or another.
And this is the other thing as well. So a person that I watch, Rec, she's a Destiny caster. She's an African-American Destiny caster, and she's really quite lovely. I do love her. She's very funny. She's quite a fantastic streamer. But she took a break from streaming because even with banning people from channels, they had to go make another account. Had to go make another account, go into a stream and spam all of the racist shit in the world. And then they went into a Discord and spammed all of the racist shit. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's really frustrating.
There are people in the world who genuinely deserve to be fucking beat to within an inch of their life. And they're the people who do that.
Then collect it up in a big bucket, put on a rocket and shot out of a cannon.
I just want to get like these fuckwits and just get them one-on-one in a dark room with Chook. And they, just as they enter the pitch black room and the door slams shut behind them and they can't see anything, you hear, "Hello, love." "Hello, love."
But this is the anonymity of the internet. Well, I mean, this is what happened the other day as well. But I was watching Gumpita, Jen, friend of Log and I. She is really lovely. She's a PG streamer. She doesn't swear, memes a lot and all that sort of thing. But, like, it's fine. And there was someone in her channel that just kept making accounts with people's addresses, full names and addresses in the Twitch name.
Yeah, it's just shit. They're just assholes. I don't get it. I don't get
people. Like my personal information ended up in there. My personal information. Like it's not my name, not my full name.
How do they fucking know that? How do they find that shit out? That's the more concerning part.
I don't know. That's the thing. Like I've always watched Twitch with my VPN on. I don't know how it works. I don't get it.
Okay, so
frightening.
Here we are. Matt's got some stats. Matt's stats. Myelin stats.
But I know I've banned more people than this. It just says banned users. Myelin Games is bad.
What?
That's the only person that's apparently been banned in my Twitch stream.
Myelin Games is bad. Was that me or you, Sloth? Who did that? It's probably someone we know.
Because I know you banned a lot more people than that, Sloth, when we were really.
No, but I timed out people, but I didn't ban people in your chat.
That's funny.
I think if I was to look at my banned list, it would be in the hundreds.
Yeah, let's all report back the week after next, and we'll talk about how many people we've banned from things. Did someone just get fucking Nightbot stomped in the chat? Yeah. Call that. Anyway.
But I mean, I wish I could permanently ban people from YouTube who are just ungrateful pieces of shit. Remember that comment that I joked around was useless or whatever? Yeah. I just wish I could say, you no longer get to watch any of my content for free. It will never show up as long as you're logged in as this account. Good luck.
I agree. You should be able to do it, especially on YouTube, where you just get the same fucking idiots week in, week out going, fucking yeah, it's just shit. Anyway, we're getting angry. This is all good. We're all angry. What's happening?
That's what happens when we bring up gaming news.
It's just a never-ending source of fucking consternation. Wow. What?
Is this how many counts have been? Wait, 7 million? No.
Is that how many people you've banned? 7 million?
No. This must be someone else. Whatever.
All right.
Have I been pwned?
Have I been pwned? Oh, what are we doing?
I mean, anyway, it is what it is. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's the podcast.
I think we've jumped the shark.
I think that's the podcast.
We're off the shark from the get-go. We'd already jumped it at minute 1, so we've managed to get some semblance of a show out of it, and hopefully entertain everyone for an hour and a half or so, as we desire to do. So, do you want to do sign off 1 and 56 there, Sloth, please?
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, we next week is GC. All right, next week is GC. If you're traveling to GC,
I haven't got any music. I haven't got any music queued up.
If you're traveling to GC, drive safe. If you are spending time there, make smart decisions. Make smart decisions, guys. Don't get too drunk. Make sure that you always keep in touch with your friends and people who are helping you out. And you are a fucking asshat.
What? I don't have the music thing open.
I mean, there was a reference point that I saw on Twitter. You can go, make hygiene, wear deodorant and stuff. But if people don't wear
basic fucking human knowledge.
Yeah, but if people don't do, if people don't do deodorant and personal hygiene in their general life every day, they're sure as shit not going to do it at a fucking convention. Yeah, guys, don't drink and drive. If you are from another town or another country, for God's sake, stick with people that you know.
Yeah.
Stick with people that you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You know, that's probably the biggest part, and personal space is a big one too. But you know, whatever. All right, to our live audience, thank you very much for watching. To our YouTube audience, thank you very much for checking out the channel and the video. Make sure you hit that like button, and if you feel so inclined, subscribe and hit the bell as well. You won't get any notifications because YouTube is an utter pile of dog shite, and to our audio only listeners, thank you very, very much for your continued patronage. If we've missed any questions, if you have any question, queries, doubtful points, let us know on Twitter at realtimesloth, at Myelin Games, at logpowerslave, or at DDU_podcast. And I suppose we'll see you all next week. We'll probably just have some fucking homeless bum on the podcast to fucking take over Matt's position because that's all he fucking really
you're
does.
talking about yourself. It's like stunningly accurate self-appraisal.
Jump into the Discord if you're in the live chat. Jump into the Discord and don't be a fucking waste of oxygen. Don't be an oxygen thief. Do something with your life, you fucking useless pieces of crap.
All right, Matt.
See you next week.
Give us a fucking sign off. Matt's dead. You fucking killed him.
The law will find you in Texas.
All right, stand by for a raid. All you